computer.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Now we're recording.
Oh, boy, lucky.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't record it.
Hi, everyone. It's really good to see you.
Hi.
Welcome aboard.
We're just going to start off with a hit of Zing. Now, this is the old one. That's the new one. So we've repackaged it to make it look funkier. And I think someone just said this is old-fashioned. And that way, the other way.
I'm telling you, I'll do a full cycle.
Oh, sorry. I'll do a ballerina move too then. We've just checked the ingredients. It's all the same. Packaging
Identical.
different. We're going to
And now
now
we're
try
doing
the
a
flavour.
Taste test.
Oh, the Schweppes effervescence.
I can't get one open.
Listen.
Sounds like someone's peeing.
You can hear it.
That's that one. Yeah.
And this one.
First of all, notice any colour difference?
Oh,
Is it? Hang on, is the colour the same? Hang on, I've got to keep the same amount.
Yeah, but did we shake it? I didn't
No, you don't
shake
shake it. I'll shake one of these.
No, I moved it because it's probably... excuse me, I'm
The old one's darker.
Give me that
Yeah.
one.
This
The
is the
new-
Yeah,
new,
you are.
Darker.
the new one's darker.
Give it here. You're drinking all the... Hang on, let me just drink a bit.
Yeah,
of
the new
this.
one's darker.
Mm.
Interesting, because that tastes less.
Definitely darker. Mm. It is slightly different.
I'm sure it's a little different.
Oh, fair. If you can taste the difference, you're doing pretty good. It tastes the same to me.
It is slightly different. This has got more ningxia in it, I think, because it's a little bit more rosé colour. You can't see it on the camera as much, but
Oh, no,
it is,
yeah,
isn't
you
it,
can.
Lena?
Can you guys taste the difference?
I think this one has more stronger in flavour.
Can't be, because they're identical.
This is
They've
it.
got identical
Here, drink
information.
it and we'll pass it on to the kids. There you go.
That's a good question. Why is there a difference in colour? Great question.
Because it's not McDonald's. McDonald's
Exactly.
is everything identical all the time.
Every batch would be different, wouldn't it?
Well, essential oils are always different. And
Exactly.
the oils that are in that will all be different each time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's definitely darker, but then next time it might not be that dark.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think it must have more wolfberries or whatever it is that it
It
has
doesn't
in there.
say it. And they've got it. That's the whole point
They're in the
of
same ratio.
scrutinising all of our ingredients. They've got to be right.
What did you say?
This one tastes a bit more carbonated. Did you feel a bit more bubbly?
Oh, well, that one looks more bubbly.
This one tastes...
Get on the film so we can see you.
No, all the girls are worried about what they look like.
I'm actually not webinar ready.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not webinar ready.
Lena, don't worry about it. Just do it.
And yeah.
And she's on the runway.
Oils.
Nice jammies.
Essential. You have to get backwards. Okay, well, that just told us there's very little difference in taste, though.
Zero difference.
No, there is a hint. There's something. Maybe it. I reckon. I agree with Leanne. Maybe a little bit more black pepper.
No.
Not sure.
You know what it is? My thoughts are it's seasonal differences with all the ingredients because they're natural from season to season. They come out differently. More sun, less sun, more rain, less rain.
Yeah.
So there's the seasonal differences will actually change the colour of things slightly and the taste and so on. So, of course.
It tastes pretty similar, though. You'd be hard pressed.
It's hard to know the difference.
Yeah, unless you drank them side by side like we did. I think you'd be hard pressed to
Yeah,
taste
I'm
it.
not going to taste the difference. I'm glad we did that test, actually,
Thanks. That was a good one.
for forcing us to do that.
We actually thought that this one was sweeter.
Someone-
this one wasn't as sweet
someone-
without ice. Well, this was sweeter without
Someone
ice.
said the other one was sweeter.
The new one,
No, the old one.
the old one's
This
sweeter. That's
we
what she
found was
was.
the older one we found was sweeter
Oh,
without ice.
oh,
but we found that the new one was sweeter with ice.
Oh, okay. Now counting for pallets.
Exactly. So now, since there's only really a few people on tonight, I would really love to see if first, if Linda, you could start with some of those topics we talked about, but also if, for example, Leanne or Mark or what, someone would like to ask a question as well. This is a beautiful opportunity for a really intimate group recording as well, for them to really tailor this for them. So I would love to open up 5 minutes for them to have a chat with you as well, if that's possible.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end anyway, because we usually do, so that's good. And then we can cover things that Mark and Leanne want. I want to thank you, Yvonne, for kind of organising this again, because it's a big deal, the effort it takes to actually get something together. And to pin us down is even a bigger deal, I can tell you.
It's very hard to pin Linda down, and so, yes.
I was in the middle of another meeting just then around the corner, and I
said to him,
leave halfway
home.
through the meeting.
Yeah. And we actually had to drive back to Brisbane, back to our girlfriend's house, to hide in her spare room so we could be on the webinar as well.
Very good. Thank you.
So there's a lot of effort that becomes involved with these things for our downlines to also, you know, see that we all need to come together.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, it's very important that we all take part in growing our businesses, yeah? The best way to grow a business is, where's my phone? Hang on. The best way to grow a business is to, where is it? Picture's worth 1,000 words, is to fill up that calendar.
Can't see it.
No, there's one that was on there. That was the one I just came back from tonight. Okay, they had a few people there, and they're starting to fill their calendars. Everybody we just lost them. We just lost them.
I think Leanne and Mark just fell off. So they'll connect themselves back in again, hopefully.
Okay. So the importance of getting out there and doing workshops, that's the only way we're going to grow businesses. Even if you're doing a one-on-one, it's still better than a none-on-none. So many people go home at night time and they will switch the TV on. There's no point in doing that. You can't believe the stuff on there anyway. And you might as well be spending your whole day organising to have a meeting or a talk with someone. And a really good thing to do is when you do organise a meeting, you get a few people around, the person, you need to make a spectacle of the person that's actually organised the meeting. So you could give away something like tonight's meeting, the girl gave away a free bottle of Ningxia Red to the person that was actually just got connected, and she was actually there. They were doing a tag team talking. They had a script and they were reading, and they were both having a go at reading it, and they gave away the gift. And for people that came, there was a special thing for the people that come, whoever, a lucky door prize, a lucky dip that they gave them some Thieves Household Cleaner and a couple of other little things.
So they made it fun.
Made it fun. So the next person that out of that meeting that says, wow, a free bottle of Ningxia Red,
I'll do that.
I wouldn't mind getting. Can you book me in a meeting next week, and can we do the same as what you just did? Because that free bottle of Ningxia, what's 2 Ningxias worth? $84, $90 something, $7 a bottle. So they got basically $48 worth of free Ningxia just for hosting that talk. And all she was doing was reading a script. So if you're not filling your calendar up, you're going nowhere. And if your team isn't filling the calendar up, they're going nowhere. So imagine if everybody's filling the calendar up down to 4 or 5 levels, every person in those uni levels is actually doing meetings, your team can multiply to 30 to 50 people in a month if everybody actually just did it.
Yeah. And I think, some of the things that we found is that people tend to think, oh, I don't want to be pushy. Who's heard that? You heard that before? Hands up.
Yeah.
Don't want to be pushy. And I think that fear that we've had with not wanting to be pushy has actually slowed down or hindered Gary's vision to get every oil into every home, to get the oils into every home, because what happens is that fear holds us back from actually sharing and talking with people, because we think that they're going to think that we're too pushy. Now, let me kind of give you an idea. When I studied it, how TVs formulate their ads, they follow a formula, and every ad has a formula. The formula is this, and I call it the 4 Ps, right? So they have a problem that they identify. They then promise you how this problem can be fixed. They then give you the proof of how it's going to be fixed, and then they push you into action. Now, who's ever thought that a TV ad is pushy? You think, well, I've never thought a TV ad's pushy. I've never felt that it's a pushy, anything that I've seen on TV is pushy. So how come they're able to get away with it, yet they use the terminology push people into action? So what it told me is that you can actually push people into action without being pushy. There's a difference.
Yeah, through subtleties,
or through identifying if it's a want or a need that somebody has. If it's something that a person desires and you've considered the audience, then it's never considered as pushy. It's only considered as, oh, wow, I've just been identified something that can help me with the problem that I have. So if you just try and push a product onto someone, then you could sound pushy. But if you refer a product to someone who needs that product or who has a want for it, then it never comes across as pushy, because they go, wow, I've been looking for that. I didn't realize that was it. So don't think you're pushy. And if you do think you're pushy, then it's because you are pushing something that you know or you haven't found out that they wanted. If it's something they need and want, it will not come across pushy. So remember that when you're sharing information with people. What are some of the ways that, I'm just going to open it up to you guys, what are some of the ways that you have used to share with people that you have thought, maybe it's a little pushy? Give me some feedback. We won't be a live audience. Thank you, Yvonne.
When someone is being pushy?
Yes. How do you know? How do you know someone's being pushy? When have you felt that someone's being pushy? What have they done?
They've been too forceful, but they're coming from their own greediness, as opposed to caring or talking or asking me questions or nurturing my need.
Okay, so what's made you feel pushy is the fact that perhaps they're trying to tell you something you didn't think you needed or wanted.
Or overpowering you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's kind of like when people are telling you what you want rather than engaging you and finding out what you actually need.
Yes, that's spot on, Mark, because it will never seem pushy if you find out what that person's need is or that want is, and then you see if you have something that can help them. So the TV commercials identify problem. Oh, I've got a backache. Okay, what do? They promise if you put this Voltaren onto your back, that your back is going to feel better. And look at the proof. The man goes, oh, let me ride my bike. And so then they tell you, if you want to buy this, here it is, this is how you get it. Now, nobody feels pushy, because the person who has a back pain will go, whoa, I think I'll try that. The person who doesn't have a backache looks at it and goes, oh, it's for people who have a backache, and they never feel pushed. So if you identify what a person wants or needs, and then you marry up what products or the business, whatever it is that they need, with them, then it will never seem pushy to them. If I said to you, if I knew, right, we had a conversation. Let me start again. We had a conversation, and you said to me, I'm really struggling. I'm struggling to pay this bill. And I go to you, oh, you poor darling, it's really hard, I know, but you know what? I've got an oil for that. It's called Stress Away, and it'll just calm you down. Now, I will not listen to that person because stress away is not what they're after. What are they after?
Money.
Money. So
Yes.
if I'd have said to them, you know what, I think I can help you get out of that stress. I've got a way, and I'm doing something that can provide some income without you having to really sell anything to people that can relieve that pressure. Are you interested to find out more? They're probably going to be more open to say, well, what is it? At least, won't they?
Yes.
Someone comes up to me and says, oh, man, I've got this terrible backache. It's just so sore. I've tried so many things. Nothing seems to fix it. And I go, oh, I think I've got the answer for you for that. If we can make you some money, you can lose that stress. Why does money help my back? You got the idea? The idea is not sitting there and telling them what you want, but telling them or offering them what they want. And if you offer them what they want and what they need, they will never feel pushed. We only ever feel pushed when it's something we don't want and someone's trying to get us to do it. Got that?
That's right, because that's how I was feeling with my study when I was doing study. It wasn't actually what I wanted to study, but I was feeling pushed like I needed to finish it, to do it.
Yeah.
Which I just stopped doing anyway.
And it puts pressure and you don't do it. So keep that in mind, that the audience or the person that you're talking to, you must find out what is their desire and their need, and then find how to marry up something that you have that can actually help them, not what you want to give them. So that's one of the biggest tips I can sort of suggest, is that you will never be perceived as pushy if you give them what they want, not what you want. So we can get rid of that scenario at any time in our lives, really, because it's never an issue anymore if we're really listening to what people want. Another thing I was looking at, people were also saying, you know, how do I engage people? How do I actually start a conversation to be of interest to someone? Because an audience, they have to be intrigued in order for them to want to listen, right? So how would you intrigue them? I remember this guy, and he used to have these little bottles. I don't know how many people we know that got a kick out of this, and they would come.
Mark and Leanne can't see this, though.
Yeah, they can. They can
Oh, you
see
can
it.
see it?
We can see.
Well,
You just can't see us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll drop out again.
Look at this. How cool is this?
He's putting on war paint. If you.
Oh,
Beautiful.
what
eh?
is it?
How beautiful.
That is.
What is that?
Mud.
Well, it's handsy, yeah, of course.
One.
Oh,
Fancy. Woohoo.
Look, even the lid has gone blue.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
a ball like that, yeah.
We have one last bottle of blue tansy left in my cupboard.
How beautiful is that, eh? So,
How did you get that?
Hey, oh,
It's been here for a little while.
from the States.
Look at the lid.
So there's a way to capture
oh wow.
something crazy
Lives
like
up to its name.
that. Yeah, a bit of cypress on there, and I stick a bit of myrrh on there.
You know, in the olden days, of course, he was
Stick
like,
a bit
blah,
of cedar
blah, blah.
wood.
But now
Yes.
that he goes, you know what? This is a beauty company.
Cosmetic
Look,
company.
It's a cosmetic company.
So I can just keep pouring these things on my face and sticking them in my hair, and by the end of it, you're soaking wet and you're dripping with oils.
Do you think if someone saw you doing that, they would go, what?
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
What's
Okay,
going on?
create an interest. Creating something that's unique and different is what people are going to be attracted to. So if you want to start a conversation, you need to do something different. I mean, you know that when you smell nice, people go, whoa, what's that smell? That's creating an interest, right? If I wanted to identify, I'm going to get rid of chemicals, and I had a big machete here, people go, whoa, what the heck is she talking about?
Or a chainsaw.
Or a chainsaw. People would go, huh? Because it confuses the brain, it intrigues the brain. So if you can intrigue the brain in your initial contact with people, they're going to listen. They want to find out more. But you don't actually then go into your spiel with oils. You start to actually ask, what is it? Ask
questions.
Yes.
Their interest.
Yeah, they'll say,
they're interested in.
if someone says, what are you doing? You can say, what, don't you do that? There's a question. I thought everybody did this. So that people look at it and they go, this is weird. What is it? You're complicating, or not complicating, but you're intriguing the brain. And that's really important to do if you want to capture their attention. And if you don't do that fast, then people are not going to listen. So something like that, we can't actually do the Well, we actually can with the food flavouring oils, can't we?
Mm.
But you can definitely do, this is a cosmetic company, oil after oil after oil. It actually shows to them that these are non-toxic and you can't overload, because it's not scary to do that, which is cool. And you're telling them a lot of information by actually doing it like that. The other thing you need to remember is you've got to keep it short, because if it goes too long, that you'll lose them. How long do you think people can concentrate for?
3 minutes.
Yeah, that's about it.
So we've already gone over that.
If that's wrong, you're still on and listening.
Yeah, but you put some blue tansy on and create interest.
It gave you an extra 3
3
minutes.
minutes. But
That's right. So keep it going.
We're like goldfish.
Yeah,
Like
they
what?
only have goldfish, only have 3 minute concentration span on memory. Did you know that every time you create something new, you start their brain thinking again? That's why good, people that speak on stage, you'll see every so often they'll crack a joke or they'll go into something else to distract the brain, then they bring you back again, because they know you physically cannot comprehend or concentrate for 1 hour. So they have to try and do things to kickstart your brain again so that you stay focused and listening. But in general, most people's concentration lasts for 20 minutes. We're a little bit better than a goldfish. But 20 minutes. So if you have not made your point in 20 minutes, then you're going to lose the audience unless you're starting a different topic again. And then if you put too many topics in, which we're trying to do tonight, people don't remember too much anyway, because we can only remember about 3 to 4 bits of information at any one go. So when we try and tell them everything, it's not going to work. So what you need to do is keep it simple. Keep your presentation to about 20 minutes long, and then allow plenty of time to do the sharing afterwards, because you'll find most of the time people get more out of your sharing after the presentation than they do go blah, 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 listening to the presentation. So intrigue, keep it interesting. Every 3 or 4 minutes, change or bring something along that makes their brain go away and then come back again, and don't make it last any longer than 20 minutes. So if you're having a conversation with someone you met on the road, don't sit there telling them everything. 20 minutes, and then you go, you know what? I'm actually running late. I'm out of time, but I really want to share this stuff with you. When's it another good time we can get together and I can share this stuff? So you actually book in. When are you going to have 20 minutes, half an hour that I can share with you what I'm doing? That way you've intrigued them. They go, yep, all right, I want to find out more. And once you've done that, you've set up an appointment to actually talk to them. Now they're going to listen because they're expecting you to talk about something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we've already kind of covered. I really wanted to bring out the point that what they want,
and who are the people you're talking to. It's a good way to do that is when you turn up, if you have a meeting or if someone turns up and you don't know, it's good idea to get there a little bit earlier and just ask.
Chit chat.
Yeah, just general chit chat about anything, just to find out, what they do, what their likes are, what they're actually a head lecturer at university.
Yeah.
Hey?
Who they are, why they're there.
Yeah. You get an idea of what way to pitch your talk then, if you haven't got anything already prepared, which you should have.
Well, here's the other thing. Yeah, here's the other thing. You could know all this stuff and still botch up. I did a meeting last night on hormones.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
Well, it was good. It was not a meeting. It was just
We haven't talked, obviously.
It was a book club, and they would share and talk about different things. And I was just brought in as a guest speaker, and I think guest speaker for something. And it was very casual over the table, just chit chatting. Did the cardinal sin? Before we started. Didn't ask questions. Used my mouth and just kept talking. And as I was talking, I mentioned about fluoride and how fluoride can calcify the pineal.
There was someone there from the water
and
company.
I had a dentist there.
Oh, really?
How did that go?
Winning.
So straight away, I went, I went into damage control. Well, yes, fluoride is good, but not what they're putting in our water. And, of course, I had to then do a whole heap, as Alan said, damage control to change it. But had I asked questions at the beginning, I would have found out she was a dentist, and I would have said things differently. So that really highlights that you're going to slip and you're going to do it sometimes. Don't beat yourself up, but learn from it. And I know for me, I learned and went, idiot. Why would you do that? After I tell people to do it.
It wasn't me doing the talk and you found out there was a dentist there. I would have copped it.
I would have gone, stop. Yeah. So know your audience. That's really crucial. And you won't know them unless you ask questions. So take a leaf out of that example and make sure that, I love it what Alan said one day actually. He said, if you're having a conversation with someone and your voice is the one you hear most, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so, it's really hard when you know a lot of stuff to not blah, 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 tell everybody everything you know. But it's important that you use that strategy, because if you use the strategy of asking questions, you will find out a lot about them. They'll think you're the best person ever because people love to talk about themselves. And if you give them the opportunity to do that, then they're going to look and go, man, she's a really interesting person. We had such a great conversation, and you probably only said a few words to them. Just let them talk. But that information that you gather is going to be vital for you to know your audience, to know how you will talk to them and what you will say in regards to where you want to lead them, where you want to push them into action or maybe direct them into action. If you don't know that stuff, you blow it all the time. I think for me, what I found is words. The words I use make a really big difference. And I cottoned onto that a long time ago when Alan was actually working in one business, and that he had to learn a script. Even then, you had to learn a script, didn't you? He can't learn scripts.
I was no good at it. Wasn't he good then? I'm still no good.
He did really good. He did really good at it when he got let loose because they didn't know what he said and did. And they all thought, this guy is not going to make it. But he did do quite well when he could. But I can remember him.
End up being the manager.
I can remember him learning this script. And in the script, you could probably guess what job he did in a minute. In the script, it said, never use the word dirty.
About 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Never use the word dirty. If you come in, you'll say, your carpet looks very soiled.
I soiled my pants. I dirtied my pants.
Okay, so what job do you think he was going for?
A carpet cleaner.
Not a carpet cleaner.
Yeah, carpet. No, well, I was in that area.
Selling a carpet cleaner.
No.
Vacuum cleaner.
Well, yes, I guess it was.
Selling
Vacuum cleaners.
I was the
Jolly.
Mr. Jolly.
The door-to-door salesman with the suitcase with a vacuum in it.
Yes.
But, you know, it really highlighted to me. I thought, why would you have to say soiled instead of dirty? And it hit home. If I said to someone, boy, your carpet's dirty, that implies that that person is a shocking house cleaner or housewife, yeah? Because she doesn't clean the floor. But if your carpet is soiled, that has nothing to do with you, just something's damaged it. Isn't that weird? Just in a word, the difference that a word can make. So
Different connotations.
Yeah.
Even the vibration of the word dirty that makes you sound like that there's something really wrong to soiled.
That's
dirty.
it.
Soiled.
That's it. So be mindful of the words you use, that it doesn't create or build, you know, bricks. And they create a wall then, and when they create this wall, it's very hard for you to get in. So for me, I created a wall with that dentist straight away when I said fluoride damages your pineal gland.
That's his business, runs on fluoride. So of course he's not going to want to know that fluoride's no good.
So be mindful of the words you use so that you're not going to turn people off and they misunderstand what you're trying to share with them. What's the other thing that most people have an issue with? I know. Will you tell me? What's the other thing people have an issue with when they're having a discussion?
Oh, when they're having a discussion.
Do you want to call it?
Yeah, I'll have seen that then. Okay. What was that, Leanne?
Probably politics.
Yeah, definitely.
And religion.
Come up with health, with family, with jobs, politics, weather.
No, stay right away from politics.
They do have an issue with
politics.
Yeah.
All right.
With that. Yeah, so I think those sort of things do stress. One of the biggest things, though, that I find people have is
closing.
Oh, closing the deal.
Yeah.
How do you find a good way to close? Well, first off, you've got to know the beginning from the end, the reason why you're there in the first place.
Yeah.
And you've got to draw a picture in your mind of what are you trying to get these people across? How are you going to get them across? And it's going to be a soft close, it's going to be a hard close, is it going to be in your face close, or is it going to be a half-hearted one that you don't really end up having a close?
Well, what does a close mean? What does it actually mean?
That you've completed something.
Okay, you've completed. And what in what you're doing when you're sharing, what are you trying to complete?
The sale.
Information.
Yes. What else? Remember what TV ads do? The 4 Ps.
Oh, it's what was the P?
Push. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Now push.
They push it down.
Push you into action.
Push you into action. So a close should always be something that pushes you into action, if that's what you're wanting to do. You need to have an intention. You need to know why I'm opening this conversation and what do I want to get at the end of the conversation. So I actually use the words, what do I want and what do I want to get at the end? But we talked about this earlier on, and it's really what do they want and what do they want to get out of the conversation. So that's what you need to close with, not what you want. So close is, in essence, finishing something, pushing into an action. So when we get to the end, in fact, I used to do a lot of these myself. I'd get to the end of a presentation and I'd go, okay, well, thanks very much for coming. And didn't even give people the opportunity if they wanted to buy because I was just so scared to say something. When we were in Tasmania, we had a lady that was at a meeting, and she had heard about Young Living 2 years earlier. And I asked her when she was there, because she said, I want to get connected. I asked her when she was there, why didn't you get connected 2 years earlier since you knew about it? And she, you know what her response was?
Nobody asked me.
Yeah.
No one asked me.
No one gave me the form to sign up, or no one offered to help me.
People were so shy to close that they didn't even ask. And because they didn't ask, she wanted it, but she didn't ask for it because no one asked her if she wanted to do it. Had someone at that time said to her any form of, so do you want to get these into your home? See the benefits of using, I don't really like that. Can you see the benefits of using that in your home?
How about you come over to the table and we'll get it filled up. We'll get you sorted out now.
You know, a close that Mr. Jolly had.
Which pack do you want?
Yeah, that's a really good one.
That's a good
what
one.
pack did you want to start with to get in your home or whatever? Their close was this. They'd get to the point, they would identify a problem, they would promise a solution that the vacuum cleaner was going to clean it. They gave them the proof by opening the garbage or the pack in the vacuum cleaner, dumping it on to some paper or wasn't it or something to see the dirt. So there's the proof that it worked. And then here's their push. Want to hear what they said?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Good. Would you like to pay with that with your Visa card or MasterCard?
Oh. Hello.
That was their client. Hello, we don't know. Who's
Hello. Hello.
Hello, we've got a new little dot that says you're on a telephone.
Yeah, Colleen.
Oh, hello, Colleen.
Hi. Mark here, Leanne, Yvonne.
Mark and Leanne is here too, and Yvonne and Steve.
Hi.
Hey.
It was a written roll to try and get on.
So going back to the Mr. Jolly one, they just simply identified that the person needed to make an action, so they just directed them in the path of the action by simply saying, would you like to pay with that with your Visa card or MasterCard?
Or will we add the power head to that, or do you want to have it by itself?
So they would ask questions in regards to how they would do it, what the next phase. So if they said, well, we have the power head.
Well, this is, or you're looking at it, you're going, oh, wow. Look, I think we need to get this sorted out now. Look, come over with me to the table. Let's get this filled out. And you'd walk and you'd just tell them, come over to the table. And they would actually follow you. 9 times out of 10, they'd follow you to the table and they'd sit down and you'd give them the pen in their hand and you're telling them what to do. And they do it.
So you could basically turn around and say, would you like the dewdrop, bamboo, or the RE diffuser?
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take action to direct them. If they don't want it, guess what they'll say to you?
No, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure I want it. Or nobody usually says no, thank you. They usually say, look, I'm not really sure yet. I have to think about it.
I've got to go home and talk to the gold.
Yeah.
They're trying to put us off politely.
Yeah, I've got to talk to my husband.
That's it.
Yes, that's unusual.
That's it.
Auntie,
So,
dead father-in-law.
so your response to that is, I have not, in your mind, I haven't really shown them why this product is of value to them. You will be pushy then, because you probably introduced them to something they didn't want. If they want it, it's never pushy. It's always directing them to an action. So taking out if you have done your questions well at the beginning and you have identified what their need is, and then you say, which one of these would you like in your home? What pack would you like to start using so you can change your lifestyle? They will choose.
What you're trying to do is work the whole entire night or the whole talk around getting their consent.
Yes.
And what's the difference between rape and lovemaking?
Well, he was
Consent.
Consent.
Yeah.
Unusual metaphor to give us.
I like that, darling. I know it's weird, but actually it's true, isn't it?
I thought you were going to get stuck into me for that one.
About
Oh, the other one is one leads to jail time, the other one doesn't.
that's right.
And the other one leads to love time.
Yeah.
Or marriage.
Or marriage.
Same action, but because he had the consent, then it wasn't pushy. And it's the same with this. Those questions give you consent.
And you've got to know when you've actually got the consent of the person before you pop the question.
Yeah. So closes actually, they don't have to be long. They do have to be directed, and you will know what to direct them to if you have been listening and allowing them to talk, so you know what is going to be of need to them. So they don't feel pushed, but they go, yeah, but you know what? This is something I need. Let's give it a go. I found for us, whenever I talk to people, I used to look at Alan. I go, how does he get people to, we were at a markets or whatever, and he'd come over to me and say, hey, Linda, can you help this? Blah, blah. And I go, how does he do it? And then I realized it was because he knew from talking to them that what he had promoted to them and shared with them was something that they wanted and they needed. And so he just took charge and went, I know what they want. In my heart, I felt that this is what they needed. Therefore, he directed them to that action. And you know what people did? I said, wait a little bit. I said, what's your name? Sally Ann. What address? Da, 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 da. And I start filling it in by asking them their questions again. And it was only because he knew that they couldn't be without this product. His conviction made him know that he was not pushing them into anything because he'd identified what it was and they needed. If someone says to you they've got diabetes and they really want to do something natural, you can't tell them what to do, of course. But you can direct them to where they can get information to get what they want to achieve. If you're passionate and you know that this is going to help them, you're going to go, I need this stuff. Shut up and take my money. Have you heard that saying where people want something so badly and someone's procrastinating or not giving it to them? They go, hurry up, just take my money, will you? So that's the time when you need to, because when I used to start getting people an account, I was so nervous. I was so nervous that I would start reselling them again. When they were already sold, they're filling in the paperwork, right? So when I start, I noticed very quickly that they would stop writing because they want to stop and listen. Yeah. So what I did is I actually stopped the process, and it took a really long time, and it wasn't because they didn't want to do it. It was because I was not feeling confident. I thought I had to keep selling it.
Have an apple in your pocket. The minute they start sitting down to fill the paperwork out, start eating the apple.
Your mouth is going to be full and you won't be able to talk. So once they start doing the paperwork or on the computer, filling in their application, you must stop sharing any more information unless they ask for something. So that's really important. So closes, has anybody done a close that they found was really successful to push or to direct people into an action?
No.
No?
No.
Start practicing. Find one.
So here's your challenge.
Balls it up. Get it right.
Here's your challenge this week, and I'll tell you why you're going to do it, but I really like this. Alina had a girl in her team who was really nervous, and she was very scared of rejections and no's because, let's face it, from the time we're babies, we're told, no, don't touch that, no, don't do that, no, don't go there. aren't we? So we have this connotation with no being a terrible negative thing.
Never made a song out of it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Leave your shirt on. It's okay.
Okay. So this is the task that she gave this girl in her team. She said to her, what I would like you to do this week is see how many no's you can get. Now, that's not no's of introducing them to Young Living and they say, no, I've done such a bad job, they're going to say no, okay? She wanted to hear her find out in a daily life, on a daily basis, how many times she heard the word no. So she went out on a mission to get as many no's as she possibly could. Now, what happened with that? She'd go up to someone and she'd say, and she'd know they didn't want it. It was a guy. Do you wear a bra? No. Oh, okay, cool. Next, that's one no I've gotten. So she went around asking all sorts of questions that she wanted people to say no to her about. When Alina got to her, she said, you know, I was really busy, but I started sharing people. She kind of misunderstood that. So she thought she had to do it with Young Living. So she said, I started sharing Young Living, seeing how many no's I was going to get. But she said, I can't give you a number because I got no no's.
Yeah, that'd be hard to spell. Hey, I could fart around her real easy. Got no nose.
So she actually didn't get any no's, but the whole point of it was you ask questions, and this is going to be your task this week, all of you that are on there, to see who can get the most no's. Now, there's a reason for that. You want to get over your fear of people saying no to you. And when you're excited about getting someone to say no, it turns your brain around to not be thinking negatively towards the word no. So everybody needs to try that this week. And I want you to send a text message to Yvonne, and Yvonne is going to send a text message back to you too of how many no's she got.
No, you're not having sex with me tonight. No. It's a grown-up show. So I say that all the time to her.
So see how many no's you can get, because you want to change your brain from hearing no's and not being offended by them. So you can get over that fear. So when someone says no to me now, if I say, ask them about, so do you want to, get together and share this with some of your friends? They go, no, not really. I haven't got time this week. Okay, that's cool. Now it doesn't bother me. My response will be, would it be okay if I rang you in a month's time just to tell you how I'm going with this and anything else that I've experienced? Guess what they're going to say to you? Sure. They want to get you off their back, yeah? Or whatever. So they'll say, cool, no worries. Let's do it. So you have now just turned that no into a
maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. So it actually, not many people will say no, because if you use the words, would it be okay? Most of us internally don't want to hurt other people. So they will say yes to you for that. So turning the no's into yeses is really good, which is the next step. But your first step is to just simply see who gets the most no's in your team, Yvonne. You might want to give a little gift to the person who gets the most no's. And remember, this isn't about asking Young Living questions or promoting Young Living or talking about Young Living. It's just trying to see how many no's you get. Did you want a cup of tea, Mark? And Mark says to Leanne, no. She goes, sweet, I've got another no. Okay. So make it about anything. Make it about anything. Are you in with that, Colleen?
Yes, I can hear. Yep.
Excellent.
Hey,
So I've got
you should put a limit on this. You can't do it with your spouse. because you know
No.
that you can
No.
get programmed. to
Yeah,
say-
good idea. That's too easy with yourself.
We started.
Yeah, okay. So try that activity, report back to Yvonne. She might have a little, gift maybe for those people that have got the person who has the most no's. So if you're a person who fears the word no, you better get on there and get on and do lots of no's so you'll be before everybody else. Okay, so that leads me to the daily tracker, the daily activity tracker. And I was supposed to have one here with me, but I forgot. Yvonne does have one. So she's probably passed it on to a few of you already.
Yeah, we did find those out.
Perfect. So that activity tracker is really important for you to fill in every week what you can and take a photo of it, send it to Yvonne so she can have a look and see what you've ticked. Why do you want to do that? Well, here's one reason. Or anybody that you want to help you be accountable. But it makes sense to go to someone who's been doing Young Living for a little while and actually doing it as a business, because that daily activity tracker is to actually help you to practice business skills or practices. And if you choose to take Young Living onto that level, which I presume all you guys on here are wanting to do that, then it's important that you treat it as a business. So in that, right at the top, it says personal development. I can tell you the difference that has made to Alina of every day allocating time where she reads 10 pages of some sort of information for personal development for herself, the difference that it has made with her. I can remember when she first started doing Young Living, having the same fear as all of us. And to see her with this group of ladies last night, it was like, wow, I didn't realize this had happened to you. And it only had happened after she started spending time to do 10 pages of reading every single day of personal development. So allocate a time frame where you can do that, because you'll find a huge difference happening in your life when you start to actually personally develop yourself. And if there was one thing that is probably the most important, significant thing for you to do in your life, not just in this business, but in your life, is to personally develop yourself to grow. So on that piece of paper, you'll have activities like that. But then it'll also have activities of, following up with people, what to do when, after you've had a contact, inviting people to events. So when you tick those off, you will see a pattern yourself. So this is very much for you more than anybody else. You're only passing it on to Yvonne or to myself if you want to send it to me. You're only passing it on because that makes you accountable to share that information with someone. That sharing might be an aha moment over a few periods, a few weeks or whatever, that will show you where you need to focus for yourself, for your own growth. So it's really important you sit there and do it. You'll find a lot of insights into yourself, but it'll also give you starting points. So when I had one lady and she had kids. So when the kids went to school, she was free to do Young Living. But she said, Linda, I come home after dropping off the kids and I go, I don't actually know what to do. She didn't know where to begin or what to do. So by having one of these, it has got a list of things there for you to do. And if you're not sure of what one means, then you can ask me or ask Yvonne and then attempt it. If you see that you are not doing something continuously, you're avoiding it, you need to look at that and say, well, what is stopping me from actually feeling comfortable to do this part? And once you identify that, then you can make changes with it. So if you find it scared to talk to people and you're not ticking that off ever, then these skills of, I'm going to find more no's. I'm going to ask more people questions so they give me a no response, which is what Alina did. Then you'll practice the skills you need to improve it. So with that, I guess
Let you guys go.
we'll let you go. And wish you all the best with what you do. As far as our point goes, I do want to leave it for 5 minutes for you just to ask some questions about anything you've heard. Is there anybody who wants to ask anything?
What did I miss in the... I've only just got the last bit. Have I missed anything
So if
crucial?
needs to go, you can go now, and then we can then continue to talk the ones that want to stay.
Okay.
Hey, Yvonne, have you eaten?
No, Steve and I haven't eaten today, so we would love to say good night to you right now.
Yeah, we go and we'll talk to Mark. And...
Her fridge broke, so we actually have no food. So we're going to leave you, and Colleen and Mark and everybody else. Ask your questions. This is an absolutely wonderful time with Alan and Linda to have all your questions answered. Take advantage of it, and we will catch up. And don't forget, there's a recording, so we can also pass this on to our teams. Love you guys heaps. Thank you so much when you're leaving for Disneyland in just like a couple of days. I can't believe you're going away. We're going to miss you. Come back and share all the information that you learn and all the fun times that you've had there as well. Thank you so much. And guys, definitely stay on and ask Alan and Linda heaps of questions. From us, good night. And the doggies. Bye. She says good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so any questions?
If you've got questions, we'll go through them. If you haven't,
we've got
then...
another 5 minutes for you guys, and then we'll call it a night. It's been called out before.
Okay.
So Colleen missed the first one.
Okay, so it's really hard to try and not be pushy, and not come across as pushy.